Hey friends, welcome back to She's At It Again. I just learned something the other day, which isn't real uncommon because I'm constantly learning new things. But did you know that the French word for perfect is parfait? I think that's pretty appropriate. I want to show you a different kind of parfait. You're probably thinking ice cream parfait, but there's a different kind of parfait, super high in protein, absolutely no processed sugar in it. And I'm pretty sure if your kids are given some options about things to put on their parfait and layer it, I think they'll gobble this up. So go with me as we make some parfaits. Okay, here's our key ingredient here. We're not using ice cream, we're using cottage cheese. And for those of you who say, "Ooh, cottage cheese, that's gross," please reconsider. Please reconsider. As a kid, I would eat cottage cheese, but only if my grandmother had like a pork roast. And I put lots of black pepper on it, and I just thought that was the best. But I'd see people eating it with fruit, and I would think, what is wrong with them? That is just, that's not right. Shouldn't do that. But as an adult, I tried it with strawberries, and I thought, where has this been my whole life? I've had access to this and just didn't take advantage of it. So I am now. All right, I'm going to show you what 2 different parfaits look like. I'll show you one that I'm making for myself, one that I'm making for my husband, and we will have these after dinner tonight as a dessert. So the first layer is going to be banana. Just pick whatever fruit you like. It doesn't have to be the same fruit that I choose, obviously. Now the reason I'm putting banana on the bottom is because I don't want them to oxidize before dinner tonight, and the layers on top of it will keep it from doing that. All right, let me rinse my hands real quick. I forgot to bring a rag over. All right, next layer. This one's mine. Just going to put a dollop of cottage cheese on there. This is one of my favorite cottage cheeses because it's not watery, it's just really creamy. But if you can find an organic one out there, then that's great. I can find one every once in a while, but not on a consistent basis, and I buy a container like this every single week. And that's just me eating it. Yeah, my husband doesn't even eat it. Hardly ever, but if I fix him a parfait, he will. All right, on top of that, I have chopped up some fresh strawberries that I had. And then I also cut up a pineapple this morning, and I thought, you know what? Why not just put some pineapple on there? I like just about all fruits, but one of my favorites for this, believe it or not, is grapes. Grapes are so good with cottage cheese, and mangoes. Right now the mangoes are coming into season, and I bought one of those, or actually a couple of those little champagne mangoes at my supermarket the other day, and oh boy, mango season is my favorite out of all the seasons of the year, I must say. All right, gonna put a little bit more cottage cheese on that. A dollop on top. And then my favorite thing to put on the top is chopped walnuts. These are just English walnuts, not black walnuts. Please don't make that mistake. I would just absolutely run out of the house if somebody put black walnuts on stuff because I think they're just the smelliest thing ever. I just am repulsed by it. All right, and I'll get that off my hand. So this is my parfait. I'll give you a good look at that. And then here's one we're making for my husband. And I'm just chopping it up in smaller pieces just so it'll fit in the bottom of our little parfait glass. Now you can put these in a bowl. I mean, honestly, if kids are involved here, let's put it in a bowl and just go with it. Because if you give them options, they are more likely to eat it than if you don't. That's just my observation. All right, now you can also use Greek yogurt instead of cottage cheese, but I'm going to use cottage cheese. He prefers Greek yogurt in his stuff, but I'm just not getting it out of the refrigerator for right now. I think he'll like this though. All right, next ingredient is peanut butter. This is organic peanut butter, and it's the kind that does not have any sugar in it. I grew up thinking the only peanut butter out there was just Jif and Skippy, and it all tasted like that. I didn't realize there was sugar in it, and honest to goodness, folks, to this day, I can say something about, you know, the peanut butter with no sugar in it, and they look at me like I'm crazy, like I don't add sugar to my peanut butter. But if you look at the label and see how much sugar is in peanut butter, I think you might be shocked. There is an incredible amount. But when you eat peanut butter without sugar in it, it's just so pleasant. It is just absolutely delightful. It just tastes like really good peanuts. Now the only ingredient I would say wait until right before you serve it to add it to it is what I'll be putting on his, which is granola. This is my big bucket of granola, and I make one of these about every week or two. That's how much granola he eats. There is a recipe for the granola made with sourdough starter that we can link in the description. Another little blob of cottage cheese. And then I'll put granola on top of his before I serve it. So that is a look at our parfaits. Actually, mine's pretty. I'll show you mine. Because mine is so colorful. Okay, so here's what we've made. This is our cottage cheese, high protein parfait with no processed sugar in it. And I can put the recipe in the description, just some suggestions of what you might put on there, some combinations. Stay away from offering things like cereal or crushed cereal, breakfast cereal loaded with sugar. Stay away from offering things like chocolate chips because they too have processed sugar in them, unless you make the homemade ones with honey in them like I've done before on this channel. But I'll put some suggestions on there. But again, you can use Greek yogurt or cottage cheese. Both are super high in protein, so good for you. And we hope you give this a try, and we look forward to sharing something again with you real soon. Bye, guys.